You're sitting there watching a game and you see a forward push it past a defender and just walk away from them. There is very little in soccer that is more impressive than just the ability to walk away from another player. Stay tuned to learn how to improve your linear speed. Hey, this is Coach Gerald with Renegade Soccer Training. My specialty for almost 2 decades now is how do I develop better speed in soccer. And the truth is there's 2 components to this, is developing power and correcting perfect form. What I want to do today is I want to go over my progression that I teach every single day out on the field and how to perfect your form when you're running straight ahead in linear speed. Now, everybody says, of course, I have to decelerate, I have to change directions. Absolutely. But most of your running is going to be forward and pretty much in a straight line. You'll change direction a little bit, but it's in a straight line. And trust me, nothing drops people's jaws more than when you just blow by a defender because you just absolutely accelerate faster than them. It is unbelievable. Or on the other side is if you're a defender that absolutely nobody can get past because you accelerate so hard. So think of Alex Morgan, think of Ronaldo, think about Messi in tight space, just accelerating past guys. It's absolutely incredible to watch. So let's go through the steps. The first step is to get your upper body right. And these are very basic and it may seem monotonous, but when you get it right, all of your power is going in one direction, and that is the most important thing. So what I want to do is I actually am going to show a video of me working with 2 athletes and teaching them this progression. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to get your arms right. And so what you're going to do is you're going to hold your arms at a 90-degree angle. This means essentially they're going to go down and create a box, and that's a 90-degree angle. So it creates an L. And what you're going to do is you're going to move one hand forward and put it right in front of your face. And it's going to be about 1 foot in front of your face. So it's not right here in front of your nose, it's about 1 foot in front of your face. And it's on this side of your nose. So it stays on the same side of your face. The other hand, you're going to move back and keep it in that 90 degrees, and you can put it right at your hip, essentially right inside your pocket. This is the starting position. This is where you want to be. At this point, I'll give all of the runners, all of the athletes a cue, and I'll say go. And what they'll do is they'll trade spots. So you just trade spots with your hands. And then I'll say go again. And you trade spots with your hands. Now each and every single time you do, make sure your hand is on the proper side of your face and about 1 foot in front of your face. Go, go, and you repeat this about 20 times. At this point I have everybody shake out their shoulders and relax. Then they get back into the proper position. And then I'll say, I'm going to say go, and I want you to let your arms swing with that same form for, let's say, 10 seconds. So they'll swing their arms forward and backwards for about 10 seconds, maintaining perfect form. Looks just like this. Next, we move on to the lower body. I have all the athletes put their hands right on their hips, and they bring their feet together, and what they're going to do is they're going to step over their opposite knee and drive straight down underneath their chin. So they're going to step over their knee and drive straight down. The entire time they do that, I want them to not let their heels touch the ground. So they're on the front half of their feet, not up on their toes, it's not ballet, but just on the front half of their feet so their heels are not touching the ground. And what they will do is they will literally just step over the opposite knee and come right down under their chin. You end up taking about 1/2 foot length forward, no more, just 1/2 foot length. And leaving their hands at their waist, they'll do this again. Now if I have them do this over 10 meters, this is like 70 or 80 steps. It's okay, they have to learn this process so they don't overstride. So the second step is literally stepping over and driving down, stepping over, driving down. Now if you were to come to any one of my speed and agility sessions or any one of my fitness sessions, you'd hear me say this over and over again. The next step is the robot march, and this is where we combine the upper body and the lower body. This is where an athlete has a tendency to get goofy. And the reason why this is when we're gonna go nice and slow through this progression, it's very easy to go same arm, same leg. But if you're a coach, or you're watching yourself in the mirror, make sure you're going opposite arm, opposite leg. Otherwise, it's just goofy. This is what it looks like to do it incorrectly. Notice how the athlete realizes very quickly that he's doing it improperly and he corrects himself. Any athlete of any level will do it from time to time improperly, but they'll realize it quickly because it just feels funny. So the idea is to do the exact same motion with the legs and with the arms combined, just stepping over and straight down, and then hip to lip with the arms. And remember, you're not taking big steps. Every step should be about 1/2 of a foot length. So again, if you're on a 10-meter grid, it should take you probably 60 steps to cross. The next step is what's called an A skip in the track world, or we just call it a high knee skip. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna take that exact same motion, that robot march, and you're gonna add a little bit of a half beat to it. So they go into a half skipping motion. All this is, it requires a little bit of rhythm, and you're gonna find out quickly who stands against the wall during the dances. I'm just kidding there, but actually I'm kind of not kidding, because it takes a little bit of coordination and rhythm, and people who are good at dancing immediately go into an A skip to be very proper. So you can see the athletes here, they're doing an A skip. Notice also they are not leaning back when they're doing this, and they're not bringing their knee excessively high. They're just stepping over their knee and going straight down under their chin. The final step is what's called an A drill. Now, I call it an A drill because when people do high knees, it makes me a little sick to my stomach, because when you do high knees, you go excessively high with your knees and you're leaning back. What you're doing is actually ingraining terrible habits. So when you're doing an A drill, you stay in that exact perfect form with a nice forward upper body lean, and you have very aggressive arm action up top, and again, you're just stepping over and driving straight down. So it should be taking you on a 10-meter grid at least 40 steps to get across. It's very hard because you're exerting so much pressure, but the idea is with the athletes, you're not in a race, you're trying to ingrain form. These are my top 5 drills that we do every single day very quickly to improve linear speed. Now, are you gonna run like a track athlete out on the soccer field? Absolutely not. But if you learn the proper form and then you continue to do drills with them, when you're in the ladder, you work on having good arm action. If you have blue band workout, you continue to have great arm action. When you do accelerations in your conditioning, you have great arm action and great knee action. All of these things ingrain proper running form, and that form will carry over to making you a faster athlete. This is Coach JR from Renegade Soccer Training. If you have any other questions, please ask in the comments below. And remember, only renegades become legends.